Hey guys, welcome back. As promised, I said that I would come to you with a little bit of coverage coming from the court case. Now, as most of you have gathered, we do not televise our courtrooms in the UK. It's not done here. So I am relying on the news as it comes out by people furiously tweeting and typing inside the courtroom to give us the news and account by account, especially every single statement that comes out of Harry's mouth, which a lot of them are questionable and cringeworthy, and I think the lawyers are sitting there with their head in their hands. I mean, not the Mirror lawyers, because they're like, this is, he's like a sitting duck. It's absolutely awful to read. I'm kind of glad in a way that I'm not watching it. I think I'd be behind the cushion at this point. So to start with, we saw Kaya Ma, the artist who was outside the courtroom, and I think he really set the mood. And he presented a painting of Meghan, the Virginia bride, with really tiny little legs, riding a donkey, led by her handsome, I don't know, do we say Zulu warrior? I mean, he looks like a tribesman with a spear. White-haired, black body. It's a very, very strange painting. I've asked lots of you on the community page when I posted it to tell me what your translation is to that, and I will be looking through them later to see if any of you can help give me some clarity, because it's really bizarre. As I said, my favourite bit is Meghan's itty-bitty legs. Now, from the moment that Harry arrived, people were like, oh, he's so confident. He got out the car with a scowl on his face. And I just don't understand how people can say he looks confident. I think part of the reason why he didn't turn up yesterday is nothing to do with jet lag or Princess Lily's birthday. I think it's probably more to do with the fact he's thinking, oh, what have I done? Because his answers are mediocre, watery. There's no evidence from what I've been reading. It's purely how Harry felt, what he speculates, and it is a case of speculation. So first off, Harry starts the attack by blaming the media for his reasons for leaving the royal family. I know. I mean, it was only Oprah a few years ago, wasn't it? We were told it was to do with they were bullied, they were not treated very nicely by members of the royal family, they were all racist, they were all evil, they were protecting their child, they had to flee for their lives. But no, it's all come back down to the only reason why Harry has fallen out with all of his relatives is because of the evil media. Now, in another start, which I don't think is giving Harry the best impression to people, was his lawyer told the courtroom how to address Harry. It's His Royal Highness, then it's Prince Harry. And you just think to yourself, what happened to just call me Harry? Again, it just exudes that kind of arrogance, doesn't it? Just make sure it's His Royal Highness, Prince Harry. I thought that he was just to be one of the normal people, you know? That's what he tries to sell to people occasionally. Harry's just one of the lads that was born a prince and now he's just the man. A very angry, bitter and vengeful man who is blaming the media for the death of his mother. Now, this we already knew, but from most of the stuff that I have seen from him being cross-examined this morning, his mother gets mentioned an awful lot. It's Diana, and it's almost like, is he trying to sue the Mirror for him being hacked, or is he actually now trying to sue the Mirror for his mother being hacked? At one point, he says how much more blood will stain the typing fingers before someone can stop them. There was no blood on their fingers anyway, unlike Harry, who recently boasted of killing 25 Taliban, if everyone remembers that from January, February. Not only did he brag about the Taliban, he also has sold very intimate details about his family members, including his brother. Not content on talking about his penis 15 times, he also got Prince William's a good mention as well. Harry has disclosed more information about personal things that I think the majority of the public could have well and truly lived without, from Elizabeth Alden cream being applied to his todger as he thought of his mother's lips, to hair being at the side of the box. Harry has revealed far more embarrassing details, which I'm sure will cause emotional distress to his children as they grow up, compared to the stories that Harry has picked to go after the Mirror Group. And not only that, seeing Harry is preaching from a tower here, holier than thou, he has also worked with CBS. Now, CBS was one of the American TV networks that chose to air the dying images, Princess Diana, when she was dying after the car crash. And he has chosen to work with them. The same as he has chosen to work with Netflix with, Diana the musical. So again, with Harry, as always, it's very hypocritical. Now, as I said, he's really gunning for Piers Morgan. He mentions him quite a lot. It's like he is blaming Piers Morgan for single-handedly being the one one responsible for Diana losing her life. Now, one of the things was where he said that have been continuously targeted by peers with horrific personal attacks. He's done this to make Harry and Meghan, or mainly Harry, drop his court cases where he was trying to bring Piers Morgan to account for all of the illegal activities that he's done. So he's saying that Piers Morgan has harassed Meghan and Harry with targeted abuse. And to be fair, all Piers has done has called them out for their bad behaviour and the fact that they have told multiple lies. Harry has stated he feels that this criminal activity must be exposed out of public interest. But let's not forget that I'm in no doubts that Harry, if the Mirror turned round today and said, look, we'll give you X amount of money, as long as it was the right price, I'm sure Harry, the saviour, would suddenly go, oh, do you know what? It's okay. Yeah, we'll leave it. I'll take the payout. So let's get on to a breakdown of some of these stories that have come out. First of all, we have got that Harry's phone was hacked in 1996. Problem is, with Harry's phone being hacked in 1996, he didn't have a mobile phone until 1998. Harry has also come out guns a-blazing for the UK government. Our UK government is in bed with the media. They are part of the evil problem. And we know why Harry has decided, bearing in mind that members of the royal family are meant to be neutral when it comes to politics and the government. Harry's done this because he's a little bit pissy that he is beginning to lose his security case against His Majesty's government. The case isn't going so well. He can't pay for police protection. So this is him having a little bit of a wobble. And I'd imagine it was probably added into his witness statement or part of his attack after he lost that segment of the case a couple of weeks ago. Now, from what I read, there's supposed to be 33 articles that Harry is going to war at with the Mirror over. 33 articles. When asked about these articles, right, by Andrew Green KC, who is the barrister for the MGN group, Harry was asked if he remembers any of the articles, specifically at the time that they came out, and that could have only been obtained by unlawful activities. Harry's response: when I was going through the stories with my legal team, it jogged my memory. So what were they doing, sitting there with a range of articles? Because let's be honest, there's hundreds of articles about Harry from birth up to the age he is now. What did they go? Ooh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Harry, pick one that you think that we can go after them with. And the fact that Harry's like, oh, it was only after I was going through them with my lawyers, my solicitors, that I was like, oh yeah, that does ring a bell, actually. Harry has brought up an article where Diana was paying a visit to a school on the day of his birthday. He said that one was hacked. The problem was the palace released the news the day before. This is all basic stuff that fact-checking that you think his lawyers would have done to make him drop some of these articles. One article Harry referenced was when he was 11 years old. I think it was to do with his parents' divorce. He was convinced that it had been hacked because it was expressing that Harry was distressed from his parents' divorce. Well, what child is not distressed at 11, 15, 18, even older? You don't want your parents to divorce. Surely there's nothing there that was illegally obtained. This is speculation from people. Of course a child would be upset. Harry said it was the way that it was presented. Not only that, the fact that Harry was 11 years old, this was an article that Harry knows about now. Barrister Green asked him, well, if you didn't read it because you were 11 years old, you didn't know about it, how could it have caused you emotional distress? Harry's response: it had an effect on my life and the people around me, mainly my mother in this case. So who was hacked then, Harry? Again, he speculates, it must have been his mother's phone that was hacked. Another article, rock climbing with Prince William. The young brothers decided to have a weekend away and go rock climbing. So Harry feels that this was illegally obtained through hacking of his phone. When asked why does he feel that it was his phone and it was hacked, he said because we were trying to get away from press intrusion. It doesn't really answer the question. Not only that, the response from Andrew Green was, well, you were actually meant to be at a pageant, and this had been reported that you weren't attending the pageant, and that had come out through several other newspapers a day before the Mirror even reported on it. Mr. Green went on to ask Harry, just because people have an interest in you, it doesn't mean it was unlawful methods were used to obtain information, does it? Right? So does it to Harry? Harry's response: it does when they were known to use these methods. Who? What methods? When they were known to use these methods. What? When? How? Who? Again, there is no evidence at this point that Harry has handed over. Another article came out. Harry was spotted lunching with friends, so he felt that he had been betrayed or he had been hacked. People are invited to call, the media, the newspapers, the paparazzi when they spot famous people. He said that, you would have been spotted walking down the street. Harry's response, I don't walk down streets. Can anyone hear Prince Andrew? I don't sweat. That is how ridiculous that answer was. There is loads of photographs and loads of footage. Harry used to, before he had a pole inserted up his arse by his wife Meghan, he used to be fairly normal, where he would walk around Windsor, he would walk around London. Photographs were taken of him where he was strolling. Okay, he had one protection officer who was hanging back, but he was fairly normal, going to the pub, going to comedy clubs, just meeting people, hanging outside, having a cigarette and a pint. And Harry's saying, no one would have spotted me because I don't walk around the streets. Okay then. When Mr. Green further pushes Harry to say, why do you think these journalists have hacked? Where do you think that they have obtained the information illegally? Harry's response is a little bit sassy. I don't believe it's within my job to construct the article or instruct which parts were unlawfully obtained. He thinks, all right, Mr. High and Mighty, you're the one that's in the witness box accusing all these people of committing a crime. So surely it is down to you and your solicitors. If you're going to accuse someone of doing something, you're the one that provides the evidence. This is your court case against them. Now, finishing up on the final article, and this is where I had to take a break to be able to film, to be able to edit, to get it out to you. Harry's broken thumb. Yes, this is a story that he thought was appropriate to talk about the emotional distress and damage that the media have caused him throughout his life. Harry is distressed that the Mirror reported on his broken thumb. So Mr. Green asks him and says, well, other newspapers and outlets also reported on your thumb again before the Mirror did. So have you actually contacted them to say that you're incredibly distressed that they reported on your broken thumb? Harry said, no, I haven't. So then he asks, Harry says, so whose phone do you feel that was hacked? How do you feel that this information was obtained illegally to find out about his broken thumb? And he said, the doctors. So now the doctors are the ones that have been hacked. And this is what I mean. Everything is so watery. There's nothing with any kind of basis. Everything is speculation. How Harry felt, what he thinks. It's honestly embarrassing to hear someone that is supposed to be accusing people of doing something and they're like, well, I don't know, it's not my job. I mean, maybe it could have been this, could have been that. I felt it was this. I really did. I mean, at this point, I would be the judge taking a sip of whiskey under the desk going, it's insane. And I know it's more to do with how they obtained the information, did they obtain it illegally? But the stories are so ridiculous. I would be embarrassed if someone had gone to illegal methods to get, Harry broke his thumb. Harry had lunch with friends. Harry went rock climbing. Harry ditched going to a pageant to hang out with his brother. All of Harry's gripes are so pathetic and so petty and so childish and so immature. It makes you wonder, did he break his thumb from sucking it too hard? It's just truly amazing that anyone has allowed him to take it this far. Does he not listen to anyone? Was there no one that could reason with him? But I suppose when it comes to barristers, lawyers, solicitors, whatever terminology you wish to give them, at the end of the day, they're getting paid thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds per hour. So of course, they're not really going to turn around and say, I think this is a really, really bad idea. So that's it for this video, guys. I will be back with you as soon as I can. So take care for now. See you soon. Bye.